If Christ returns, we do hope it's on Easter Sunday or Christmas, because these holidays are like the Groundhog's Day of religion. Most come out of their hole and then we never see them ever again. Welcome to Sunday Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. This Sunday at Coffee Hour, we talked about grading papers, gender preferences, and social promotion. The readings at Washington National Cathedral were from Corinthians. If we have hope for Christ in this life, then we are to be pitied. And from the Acts of the Apostles, God knows no partiality, and Christ did not appear to everyone, but to those who were appointed. Mary Ann Buddy gave the Easter sermon at Washington National Cathedral, and it was about liminal places or thin places, the places where the presence of dual realities exist. We haven't heard much about liminal spaces or thin places or anything having to do with another reality in the last 3 years, because we've been in just one reality, the reality of death and fear of the pandemic narrative. At St. James Cathedral, Lisa Hackney James led the congregation in a prayer. We pray for those who have not heard the good news, or who have heard the good news and turned away, or for those who have heard the good news and actively work against God's plan for us. Nowhere other than perhaps at St. James could this message be delivered in a way that would not be heard as judgmental. Most churches I know would never touch this. It's much easier to sell the congregation on the values proposition of social justice, white privilege, and Black Lives Matter. I noticed in all the Easter services I attended the presence of the kettle drum. I believe this may be a new addition, or at least I never noticed it before. It gave weight and gravitas to the proceedings. On any given Sunday, for me, music always provides an experience of arriving at a liminal space. At Riverside Church in Rockford, Illinois, the message was hopeful, with a subtext that was cautionary. During the Easter service, overlooking the Rock River and forested area that stretched to the horizon, I was struck that, for the most part, nature is indifferent to us, larger than us, an example of a dual reality we seldom bother to notice. We project onto the natural world that all is in peril, but that probably has more to do with us. We're in peril, left to our own devices. Mary Ann Buddy said essentially the same thing at Washington National, that while we can be in a world with war, famine, and suffering, yet we personally are unaffected by it. Is this a liminal space, the place between two worlds? Or is it the idea that our ways are going to get us out of this mess, and that somehow God's ways are something we make time for after we figure it all out? Just like the beat of the kettle drum, it sets an ominous tone for some while providing pure entertainment for others. Christ did not appear to everyone, but to those who have been appointed. If you would like to join us for Sunday Coffee Hour, I will include my email in the description of this video, and I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.